Now we're going to get back to fonts after the color and talk about the merge of different PDF files and multiple font instances that you could find in the resulting PDF. So let me show you this. First of all, we all know that creating a good PDF means that you have to embed fonts, period. What we usually say is that it is advised to subset the embedding of the font to only keep the necessary glyphs for that document. So any glyph that is not used in the document actually takes some space in the file, so you can just get rid of it. And that's also, there is another reason. The reason is to make sure that the embedded font will be the one that is chosen when you go to the ripping process. Because when you subset a font in the embedding, there is a generated name for that font, and that prevents that font being replaced by another one that looks like the same. Like if you have a font in a PDF that is named Helvetica, and you go to the RIP and you have some setting in the RIP saying that if the font is present on the hard drive of the RIP, don't use the font that is inside the PDF, then you will have replacement of the original font that you had in your PDF by the one that is on the RIP. And as we said before, a font is a software. That means that there is a software version. So it's not because it's the same name that it will be the same font. There is a typical example in Europe. Before the euro came in, the euro sign wasn't present in any font. And then it has been introduced into the font. So if you have a very old font that doesn't have the euro sign, that may end up that at the end, your euro sign that is in your PDF will be exchanged with something else. So that's why usually we say subset, because then you're sure you're using the correct font. But there's only one case where we advise to fully embed the font during the PDF generation is if you have several files that have been generated, and then you have to merge them afterwards. Because in that case, what can happen is that you have several instances of the same font, like one per page, which is the same font, but because the subset was different, then the font is encoded many times into the file. In some cases, during the merge, you will be able to regroup those fonts, but most of the time with some software, especially in the transactional business, the font will be encoded as a custom set. And then in that case, there is absolutely no way to know where are the glyphs. Then there is no way to group them. The next thing is a real file that I got from a customer. And as you can see on the video on the left, I'm just asking to display the fonts of the file. And as you can see, this is really, really slow. I mean, we started like 15, 20 seconds ago, and there's only like 3% of the font that is displayed here. I can tell you that if you want to go up to 100, this is going to take you like 45 minutes just to show that list. You can see on the right side on that file, it was 1,000 pages documents. There were like nearly 30,000 fonts into the file. The file was weighing 22 gigabytes, but 20 gigabytes of those were fonts. If you make the inventory report on a file where you have those things, this is what can happen. Like here, you can see that you have that specific name that is different every time. And here for each page, you can see there are only some glyphs in each page, and the same font is actually embedded several times into the file. Let me show you that in live. this is the file I made. I actually made 27 files with, the alphabet and some numbers, and then I merged them. If I show the fonts here, you can see that the same font that is embedded subset has been embedded like 27 times instead of only having one in that case. So when I do an inventory on that file, as you can see, this is what you've just seen on the presentation. On the page one, there's only those two glyphs. And then this is the unique name of that font that has been created by the subset while embedding. And then I can go to the next one, and it's another name, and next one, and next one, and next one, etc. So in that case, here it's a very small file, so you don't really see the impact, but you've seen that on the other one where I don't want to put that on screen here, or we have to make the webinar lasting probably 5 or 6 hours, so I can show you this.